Welcome back again, guys, from Tampa Bay. Yes, it's 1:26 a.m. I'm heading out to a unique Walmart. I had a hunch tonight that I might be able to find a very special item at this particular store, and that's the Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie. Hopefully, I'm going to get one. I don't know. Might do a funny video, might just eat it to try it, who knows. But the point is, this thing is the hottest demand item in years at a Walmart. It's probably nothing at all special about the pie, but this famous singer vlogger put out a video review of it, and it is sold out nationwide, and it did so in 3 days. They sold like $2.3 million worth of this pie overnight, over a weekend. So it's virtually impossible to find, but I will say that it's probably in stock in this Walmart, and it is according to their website, because this is just a white trash Walmart. The black community just doesn't shop at this Walmart, and my hunch at least was right online. It says they have them in stock and nowhere else in the Tampa area, at least on the website. And there was even a news story on it on CNN tonight about how it's out of stock and what little stock Walmart had left. They shipped across the country to the most in-demand stores, and it's probably not even going to be in stock for Thanksgiving now, because the bakeries don't have any sweet potatoes for it. So we'll see if I can get one or not. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about tonight was a pretty cool YouTuber that I discovered recently. He's not new, but he's not known, at least on YouTube, at least for motovlogging. And I think we have a lot in common just watching his videos. I watched all his videos. He doesn't have that many up, but he's been doing it for a number of years already on YouTube. Now, what I mean by in common are things like we both do a whole lot of stuff. You know, I'm a photographer, I do websites, I've got TwoWheelObsession, I've got Cigar Obsession, I did Healthy Living Obsession, daily vlogs. You know, I do a lot of stuff. I don't like to be bored. And what I do, I like to do very well. Well, he seems the exact same way. He is a professional television show producer. He's had his own late night show on local TV. He's a professional comic, been doing that for decades. His YouTube channel is kind of a mix of stuff. He's done a number of local TV shows. One that he's still doing right now he calls Toolin' Around. It's kind of a variety show. I think it was at least started off based on motorcycling, where it looks like he's highlighting local motorcycle related shops in Hawaii. Now, as far as I know, it's also airing now in Las Vegas, but I think he might be doing separate segments with the Las Vegas people just for that. Maybe it's crossing, I don't know. But he's putting some of those up on YouTube, and then he also puts the longer segments as separate videos. He also does motovlogs. Now, we're kind of polar opposite on our actual motovlogs, our motorcycle videos. I do my videos, and this goes for all my channels, where I like to take you guys along with me. Say I'm going to a show or, you know, meet or whatever. I want you guys to feel like I'm your virtual camera. He does the opposite. You know, he's a professional entertainer. He's used to being center stage on camera. So he does all his motovlogs. Pretty much like 95% of the camera shots are him. So he puts a camera right here mounted on his bike, and you see him just like a television show, basically. But you don't see a lot of what he's seeing or where he's going. He does have a lot of cameras on the bike itself. He said he has like 7 cameras mounted on the bike. So you do get some cutaway shots of, you know, if he's passing something, stuff like that. But it's not like you see with traditional motovlogs or, you know, like you see right here. You see what my head's looking at. He doesn't do that. He doesn't mount anything to his helmet. So his shows are all professionally done. He takes obviously great pride in doing it, and he's got a lot of experience doing it, like me. So I know what he's going through to make the videos. Let me put it that way. And he does something. This is pretty cool and pretty unique to probably his area of the country. I don't know of very many other areas. Well, I don't know of any areas where you could do this around the U.S. and get away with it, at least for long. He does a lot of remote shots. Say I'm going down the street here. He'll stage a lot of his motovlogs. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's true. I'm doing everything off the cuff. Nothing is rehearsed. That's not to say I don't say things over or take different cuts if I have to, but say I'm gonna turn at this light. You know, you're just gonna see me turn at that light. Well, he goes on, gets off the bike at the corner, sets up a whole camera rig on a tripod, and I'm not talking like a GoPro, I'm talking like a Canon 70D and L lens, you know, thousands of dollars worth of equipment just sitting there on a tripod, unattended. Like me, he's a one-man band. And then he'll turn around, go back down the street, come down, go around the corner, and use the footage from that remote cam. So it's, you know, the bike going around the corner, come back, pick it all up, and he'll do that a number of times throughout his motovlog. So it's produced like a TV show. It's not, I don't want to say it's not real, but it's not spontaneous. That's a better word. That's what I'm trying to think of. But it turns out really cool. I mean, it really does look good. But here's the problem. I've spent just a couple of weeks in Hawaii. I don't know it, but I know from spending a couple of weeks there, it is a completely different way of life and attitude and temperament and everything from pretty much every other majorly populated area in the U.S. Now, I'm not talking about small towns. Of course, there are countless small towns with really nice people where you could do that and not have to worry about your camera disappearing. All right? But over there, I think he could probably leave that camera up over a weekend and it would still be there when he came back. Here, I guarantee that even right now at 1:34 a.m. I could put a camera on a tripod on that corner and it will be gone in 5 minutes, if that. Probably within the first 10 cars that drive by that thing and don't see anybody, they're going to swipe it. Guaranteed. And you can say the same thing about any other city in America. Guaranteed. Except Hawaii. So he does get to do these really cool things that is very unique to his area. Now, the other thing that's different is, if you haven't been over there, you probably aren't aware that almost every single road over there has a speed limit of 15 to 35. They have a very, 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 very tiny, on Oahu, it's, I think, only interstate system. I'll go straight and turn around. They got I mean, what does it take you? If you didn't have traffic, it would be like 10 minutes to drive the entire stretch of their freeway. That's it. So, I mean, it's almost non-existent. All the surface roads are just S-L-O-W, slow. So lots and lots of cruisers over there. He rides a nice Victory, but it's just leisurely putzing along. I think most of his videos are probably done at like 20 miles an hour. So it's a completely different type of video. I dig it. He's got a lot of cool topics, and he's a funny guy. Obviously, being a professional comedian, he does have some really funny original videos he's done. But I encourage you to check him out. I'll put a link in the description. And what I want you to do is, if you watch a couple of his videos, just make a comment on them and say, hey, TwoWheelObsession sent you. That would be kind of cool. And if you like his stuff, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, he's just not ringing YouTube's bell for some reason. He's barely got 1,000 subscribers, and he's been doing it for years. His videos only get like 100 to 200 views. I mean, it's just, they're awesome. I don't understand why. Maybe it's like me, you know, he's going after the adult market, and believe me, I know it is a small niche of motovloggers that appeal to adults rather than kids. Oh, look, I'm doing wheelies. Oh, you stupid driver. Oh, I'm going to hit your mirror. Oh, look, a squirrel. You know, that is 99% of who watches the big kids with 400,000 or 500,000 subscribers. I know that. So us motovloggers that appeal to adults, small piece of the pie. Speaking of pie, we're here. So hopefully they have it. If not, hey, I tried. I'll put up a separate video if they do indeed have it. But check out Andy. Tell him TwoWheelObsession sent you. If you like him, subscribe. See you guys.